going to play the game, and it's very predictable. So Islamabad and New Delhi both proclaiming victory. The ceasefire held, it continued to hold, and now both sides are claiming victory. Big shock there. The real issue at hand is really what's happening with Hanoi, what's happening with Malaysia and Singapore. Jakarta is in on the action as well. So you're seeing a lot of machinery being shipped out of the control of Beijing to those particular areas, especially also to Champa and what some call Laos. For the most part, though, the lion's share is in fact going to Chen-La, and Hanoi is reaping the benefits. So they're not playing ball, they're being polite. It's not playing ball with Beijing. Because like Beijing, the bulk of what they export comes east of their location. So a lot of it was rebadged or repackaged things that were made under the control of Beijing. However, particular agreements have been made to effectively shut that down. How broad and how deep it goes remains to be seen. However, there are particular markets in place that are able to measure whether or not Hanoi is playing ball with those they make the deal with or not. And since they'd rather not dishonor that deal and lose that business, on that end, Beijing loses out again. It's not been a good year for the last 12 months, give or take, for Moscow or Beijing. They haven't played their cards very well, and there are consequences to it. At the end of the day, what you are seeing are just added impacts onto what's happening to global commerce and trade. We have to watch it. We do watch it. We pay attention so we know what we're talking about when we do our work in the service of all of you. So one of the wiser things that we covered during the course of business trainings is how to roll over, around, and through what's happening so you can ride out this particular storm. And this is why it pays to diversify what you're doing, diffuse throughout the empire. Because we're on both sides of the ocean, certain things play to our favor. Because of how we proceed in terms of our commerce and trade, we're not big on the whimsical items. So because we're not big on the whimsical items, certain things don't impact us as much. Being able to grow food and trade food, that is our stock in trade, as some would say. And two things I know for certain. Food product is not whimsical. Folks got to buy it to survive. They need the nutrients and the micronutrients. The other component is producing the components that you're going to be shipping with, your packaging. So whether you're using glass for your jars or whatever you're storing your product in, preferably not plastic. If you're producing product that's food-based, it's all about getting it properly packaged. It's also about what the boxes or shipping medium is that you're using to make sure that whatever you are trading gets to where it's going undamaged, unbroken, and usable by those who buy your product. So if you're producing any of those mediums, not wholesaling them, producing them yourself and can produce for internal and trade your overages. So whatever you're not using for your own internal operations, you can trade to those who need what you are producing. If you're doing that or you're growing food or both, you're not in a bad position for your commerce and trade, which means you and your family are going to eat very well.